Hi everyone. I'd like to introduce foreigners who contributed to the reconstruction of Hiroshima during and after the war. The first is Dr. Marcel Junod. On August 9, 1945, the Swiss doctor and celebrated humanitarian Dr. Marcel Junod came to Japan as a chief representative of the International Committee of the Red Cross. However, after he received photos and a description of conditions in Hiroshima, he went to the general headquarters of Allied forces and demanded emergency assistance. On September 8, Dr. Junod entered Hiroshima with 15 tons of medical supplies. Over the next 5 days, he visited all major aid stations in the city and personally provided medical care to the victims of A-bombing. His efforts saved thousands of lives. On September 8, 1979, the monument in memory of Marcel Junod was unveiled. Made of black granite in the shape of medical cross, the monument displays a relief of Dr. Junod and description of his achievement in English and Japanese. The back of the monument bears a quote from his autobiography, Warrior Without Weapons. It reads, "Innumerable cries are asking for your help. Next is Norman Cousins. He is an American philanthropist who developed a moral adoption program for A-bomb orphans. There are 2,000 to 6,500 A-bomb orphans in the city after the war. He also developed the Hiroshima Maiden, 25 young women who traveled to the States for their keloid treatment. Norman Cousins tirelessly called for abolition of nuclear weapons. The city recognized him as honorary citizen in 1964. Lastly, we have Barbara Reynolds. Barbara Reynolds was born in 1915 and grew up as American peace activist. She came to Hiroshima with her husband, who got hired as a researcher at A-bomb Casualty Commission in 1951. And they learned of the horrendous damage wrought by the atomic bomb. Barbara and her husband built a yacht named Phoenix of Hiroshima, and they departed on a world tour. They set sail for Bikini Atoll Exclusion Zone, a nuclear test site in a Pacific Ocean, to protest ANH bombs in 1958. Once inside, they were intercepted by the US Coast Guard. After traveling around the world, they returned to Hiroshima as heroes. A little later, Barbara was stopped by a woman in kimono on the street. She pulled up her sleeve to reveal her keloid scars, typical of A-bomb burns. With tears in her eyes, she thanks Barbara for giving voice to the survivors' cries for no more Hiroshima. Soon after, Barbara committed herself to speaking out against nuclear weapons. She sailed into USSR nuclear test zone to deliver 1,000 peace letters written by A-bomb survivors and organized peace pilgrimages which traveled around the world. In 1965, she founded the World Friendship Center as the world gateway to Hiroshima. The city recognized her as honorary citizen in 1975. This monument was erected by World Friendship Center in 2011. Inscription says, Barbara's word. I too am a hibakusha. They are the inspiration for all my peace efforts. My heart is always with Hiroshima. For 75 years, the A-bomb survivors have longed for world peace, starting with the abolition of nuclear weapons. In 2017, the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons was adopted by the United Nations. So far, 82 countries have signed. 42 countries have ratified. We have only 10 more countries to go to sign the treaty. Until the treaty becomes international law. Let's do what we can to urge all governments of the world to sign the treaty so we can put nuclear weapons where they belong, in the dustbin of history. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you also for watching from house, Tomoko-san. Please stay tuned.